All right, so today's video, you know what we got today? We got a silver DPS playing Genji, Farah, Sim, and amongst other heroes. That was the description. Apparently this game, they struggled hard. They said the other DPS was popping off. They had no idea what hero they wanted to go. They just didn't even want to play because they couldn't figure out what to swap to, and they had to go up against the recently buffed Orisa. So, what's the problem here? Why are they getting rolled by the other DPS so much? What can they do? What hero can they go to help here? I don't know, we'll find out. Buffed Orisa is an interesting one because I know it's quite the subject, but it's time. Could say it's video time. Here we go. It's time. Some of the YouTube if you haven't. Yep, exactly. We got a sim to start. Let's see how it goes. Let's see what your play is here. All right, off to a great start. Ooh, you're taking the scenic route around the map. Okay. What is the plan? Put sim turrets in a... I can't believe that just worked. That was certainly a start to this map. How did the Doom go off the... What happened to the Doom? Okay, I gotta go all the way back now. What in the...
Emongg D.
Yep, there we go. Yep, classic. Classic. The absolute classic. It has to happen. All right, here we go. Taking high ground's not too bad as Sim, except when a Reaper teleports up there and one-shots you almost. I don't know. I feel like that's trying to do a little bit too much right there. You're probably fine just sticking on the point. Like, the other team is forced to play, like, almost in front, and, like, Sim is one of those heroes that can absolutely just dominate by holding left click on somebody. So, I don't know. Or if you're on console, whatever the keybind is at. So. At least in my opinion. I kind of like your idea not to TP there. It's been an interesting start so far. Like, I don't know how to explain this. It's like, wait, what happened to the Bastion? How did you get the point? What just happened? Okay, I am so confused. Okay, we need to rewind. So much happened at once there. Okay, the Bastion, it looks like the Bastion just, yeah, they did. Let me see this. The Bastion just, okay, got rolled there. Oh my. So the Bastion rolled themselves trying to get the Moira. The Moira faded away onto the point and then got the point while everybody else thought that was it. That is literally what just happened. And don't you worry, we can play the song. I got you. Because you were just standing there doing nothing. They could have easily touched the point. Easily touched the point there. I actually think that whole play was on accident. Like, I don't think the Moira meant to do that. Like, if I go back to this Moira's point of view, I think the Moira was trying to fade away from the Reaper. Watch. And just went to the point. Like, it wasn't, like, on purpose. Like, watch. It's just like, okay, going back here, and then they were on the point. See what I mean? Like, it ended up being, like, it was almost kind of just, like, by chance, but it worked out. So far, like, I haven't really... Like, the problem you're running into is if you watch yourself play this right now, you just... Like, I want to point out what you just did. You teleported up to a high ground, did a spin move, and then did nothing. This doesn't seem to be like a hero swap scenario for you. This seems to be like what you're doing and like what your general awareness is in the game currently, where like you kind of just go around the map, you go somewhere, and then you kind of don't know what you want to do next. You see what I mean? Like, that isn't a hero swap issue right there. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's you just trying to do too much. Why are you trying to TP 2 feet in front of you at your spawn doors with a Reaper in front of your face? You get what I'm saying? So this is why, like, I think it's more... You're kind of just doing your own thing, and you're worrying so much about what hero you should eventually swap to here than what actually has happened. Delete all things for the Twitch Bronson. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. Like, you're just kind of... You're pretty much playing solo. Like, you're not really looking where your team's going. You're just doing whatever. And, like, that is kind of part of the problem I'm seeing also, is you're just not... You need a plan, yeah, but, like, I don't even know what, like, their plan is half the time because they're just, like watch what they're doing. They're by themselves. They're running in. You're now behind them, which, I mean, it can work. But now you're not, like, you're not even, I don't know how to explain this. You're just kind of doing your own thing. I love how you were away from that whole team fight, TP'd back in, and got Reaper ulted. Okay, on to Mei now. So you switched off of Sim, and you decided you have to go Mei now. So what's going to be different here? You don't have a TP to, like, kind of put you behind them. So are you going to go meet up with your team? Are you going to play around the cart? Are you going to help your team? Or are you going to go on flanks? What is your play here? Yeah, I can already, like... So I can already kind of talk about this. At least what I'm seeing so far from you is, like, this isn't going to be a hero selection issue. Like, you don't have to rotate through 7 heroes here. I think you just need to kind of focus on having a plan each time you're, like... You're just kind of going in, spinning in circles, rinse and repeat. If somebody walks in front of you, you might get in the limb. If somebody doesn't, then you're going to get rolled. And that's what's happening. You're just spending the whole time, like, basically doing this. So now the Reaper might get rolled, which is good. Okay, there we go. I was about to say. You know, your idea of walling them off worked at first, and then it didn't. If anything, that was a good Orisa ult. But, like, yeah, this is, I don't know. I think the one thing you can kind of clean up with your gameplay is just... Don't think about the hero you're playing when you're swapping to him. Think about, watch how much you're doing nothing. And what I mean by nothing, it's not like you're just standing in spawn, but you're spending so much time going on, like, these scenic route plays. Like, you just, I don't even know where to begin with that Mael, and it's gonna work. Like, that Mael, like, you just aimed at the sky and threw it. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is more along the lines of you just need to kind of look at how you're playing, have a plan, and go from there. Don't just, like, wall them off and spawn just to wall them off and spawn. Don't throw your Moira ult into the skybox. Work with your team. Use your walls for a reason, not just to use your wall. That's been another issue we've already seen. Like, use your walls for a reason. Don't just use them to use them, okay? Okay, what hero's next? Wonderful, we have Farah now. Okay, let's see where this goes. Huh. You might get that pick. Nice. I mean, like... You know, but I think this is... It wasn't the perfect play, but I think this is a really good way to describe where you have a plan and showcasing you what I mean. You had a plan. You couldn't get across the bridge. You were struggling there. So you went Farah, flanked around the outside, used your mobility to get over here, forced their team to move and look away from your team, and you made a play, right? Do you see what I'm saying? Like that's having a plan. The other times, you just went there, hit buttons, and then got rolled. But you could see that you had an idea that you wanted to do, and you did it with, like, confidence. So, like... I think you need to focus on that more right now than anything else. This is silver, yes. That's how I'm at least seeing this game so far. To the stream, welcome. Enjoy. Nice. I mean, you snowball them. I mean, like... But what you're doing now, and I don't know why you're doing it, like, it's funny because you're on Farah during this. Like, you just played with your team the whole time, and you worked with your team. Do you see what I'm saying? When in before, you were just going off on your own. So, like, maybe this has to do with, like, comfort level of, like, the heroes that you play. But as Farah, one of the heroes I expect not to be with, like, just sitting on top of their team is what you just did. You see the difference in how you got that value? Yeah, you got rolled by their ass, but, like, that you're still getting way more value because you're with your team. And you're working with your team. So it's very interesting, to say the least. Because your play style is, like, different. Like, when you play with Sim and Mei, and don't get me wrong, you can go on flank as Sim, but, like, a lot of the time when you play Sim or a hero like Mei, you stick with the core of your team, right? You play with your team, Your team follows up on your walls, your slows, etc. And you go from there. When you were playing Mei and Sim, you were trying to flank the whole time, and we're hitting your wall button just for fun. Like there was no rhyme or reason. And that's where you're running into these issues consistently. That's pretty much what I'm seeing. Like right now, you should go ult at Orisa. Like that would have been a free limb on the Orisa. Instead, you just like went over here to just do this. And hey, you know what? You hit a shot, but like this doesn't seem as ideal as it could be, right? Honestly, with how much damage you didn't take there for a while, that new passive in Season 9 might have kicked in. This is the ult. There it is. See? That's the ult. Things you didn't do. Go towards your team. Ask for heals. Sit on the cart. Go for a health pack. All of those things you did not do, which is why the Orisa got you. You didn't look at your HP. You didn't make a play based off of certain, like, there were so many things that you could have done there, but you just ended up, this goes back to the, like, you have this tendency to just end up doing nothing because you're not, like, I hope I'm explaining it correctly. Okay, back to Farah again, though. We'll see how it goes. For rank, this is silver. We'll see how it goes, you know? It's time. Okay, you're in the middle of the bridge by yourself on the high ground. Yep, okay. This is becoming a thing. This is your team. This is your team right here. This is your team. You see your team? All over here. Now, if you want to take this off angle, you have to play around the idea that you won't have those heals. You just sit here on the bridge. You run at them. You take massive amounts of damage and go right here. Do you see what I'm saying? Where you're almost playing 1v5. And anytime you've accidentally been with your team, it's gone well. Notice the difference between I'm going to go hide and play a 1v5 and you're with your team. It's night and day. I want to point that out. It's night and day. Remember that, okay? Are you hero swapping again? Are you staying on Farah? Okay. All right. Remember, your team is running away from them, so you want to back up. Don't go in there and take, like, poke damage. Wait for your team. Let's wait on that team. Okay, there's your Orisa now. You can start to... Okay, yep, your HP. Remember your health here. You're at 99 health, and you just flew over the top of a wall. All right, what a treat. Okay, this has nothing to do. Has nothing to do with the other DPSs popping off, and you can't find the right hero to play. It has nothing to do with that. You're literally just running in every single time. You don't care about your HP. You don't care about what cooldowns you have. You don't care about how you use your cooldowns. You just go in, you hit buttons, you get rolled, and you go, well, the other DPS was popping off. I had to switch a bunch of heroes because I didn't know what to do. No, you're not even playing with your team. You're not giving the team fights an opportunity for you to be able to get some poke damage in. Now you're on Genji. Sweet. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, you got him. Now what? What's your plan? What's your plan? Huh? You hear the Zen behind you? Oh my. There's no way you get the Zen too. What is going on? No, the Zen, there's no way. There's just not, it's not happening. Okay, I was gonna say. In theory, you could have had that matchup, but that's where, like, this still goes back to my point. Do you even know what's happening in the game right now? Elsewhere? Like you, I don't even think you know what's going on in the rest of the game. It just feels like it's literally a 1v5, the way you're playing. That's what it feels like. Okay, now you're with your team. This is good. So stay more at the pace of what your team is. Don't play like a tank here, okay? All right, you got out. Everybody got out. Perfect. My suggestion is target priority now. A Valve to Mercy, 6,000 feet in the air is probably not going to be your target priority. Apparently, okay. This is, I can see where this is going. All right, wonderful. You're on the flank now. Wonderful. Okay. Yep, this is going to go well. Yeah. All right. Okay, stop doing that. That's it. I don't even know where to go from here with this one. It's just like, stop doing what you're doing in these situations, and it's gonna go a lot better. I want you to start focusing on being with your team and making plays off of your team. Yes, you want to go and make your own aggressive plays sometimes, but this is not how you're gonna do it. I see you spamming green screen in that one, but I don't even know where to green screen that moment. We're watching it happen. The teaching point of this is happening right in front of us. If you're not with their team. That's it. That is literally it. You are not with your team. You go in 1v5. You use all your cooldowns for no reason, and then you get rolled. Doesn't matter what hero you're on. Doesn't matter. That will not matter. If you play like that, you're going to have so much inconsistency. You're either going to go up against a team who has no idea what to do. You're going to get rolled like you are right now. Straight up. The one time you stuck with your team had a good result. So I just want to point that out.
Ultimate is almost.
You said if someone is tunneled into their own version of the game, do you have any tips for trying to recognize it for people who don't seem to be able to realize what they're doing that needs change? Well, I think the first step, and keep in mind, like, obviously this can change. I think the first step is, like, recognizing that not every single thing that happens to you in game is based off of, like, the other DPS popping off or, like, your teammates not healing you or your tank not, like, creating space. Because if this is how, like, someone's playing a lot of the time, this has zero to do with that, right? Obviously, you know, maybe, like, the Moira, not the Moira, the Brig can throw an armor pack to, like, the Farah occasionally, and I'm sure the tank could, like, but you need to start recognizing, like, okay, why am I going back to spawn over and over again, and why am I hero swap? And in this situation, it's because you feel like you're not able to get any value, but you're not getting any value because you're not even playing, you're just hitting buttons and literally going into their team. So it's like, you have to start to recognize, like, there's things that you can improve on. Like, right now, I wouldn't even focus on any of their teammates. Even if, like, they're like, oh, my tank, my support, which I don't know if they did in this thing, but, like, the only thing they can focus on right now to improve is improving on what they can work on. Because right now, this is just straight up running into their team, getting rolled, it's not working, and then doing it again. So, that's what I'm seeing. Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you figure out why. Exactly. So you have to, like, kind of look at that and be like, okay, what am I doing here that I can work on here? All right. So what's your plan here? You gonna go on the Bastion? All right. Perfect. There we go. This is literally as simple as I want you to start to just grouping up with your team. Like, listen, you will make so many more plays if you just allow for, like, the team fight to start to happen more than you trying to force the team fight. I'm telling you, you're just going in, you're hitting buttons, and that's what you're doing. Plus, it's also Blade, and you're either gonna get 0 limbs or none. But yeah, I'm watching. Hey, you're with your team now. This is good. So don't push past where that Reaper is, okay?
This ends now.
Like, you just used deflect. Why? You see, like, think about those reasons. What? I read time for a deflect. It's been a bit. All right, let's just use it now. Don't actually use it there, but. Oh, there we go. Okay, much. All right, be careful here. Wait on cooldowns, then go back in. Don't just, like, dash into their backline trying to make a play. Okay, this is good, by the way. I know that you're not winning this team fight, but you notice how you're also not running back from spawn for, like, the 20th time this game already because you're sitting back with your team. And while the other team is winning the team fight, that was exactly what was happening before, but now you have a little bit more value to your team. This is what I'm talking about. And we're back in again. All right, what a treat. Oh, never mind. You just said the most passive Genji? No, absolutely not. You must have just joined during that one because they're not the most passive Genji. Absolutely not. No, they absolutely not. What we just watched right there was one of their better sequences this game. That was right there. I would recommend starting there than what they were doing before that because that was just going in over and over again. Oh, Junkrat. I was just thinking Junkrat. This is they did. Let's continue on, and we'll see here. Okay, what do you... Oh, on Widow now. I'm just going through all the heroes. Nice shot. Good job. Frieza, thanks for the 5 months of tier. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. We're watching. What a move by the Mercy right there. Nice shot. That was interesting. I didn't... I want to point something out, by the way. Now, granted, this is how the hero is played. What rank is this? This is silver. This is obviously how the hero is played. But let me ask you a question very quickly, chat. Or actually, no, not even a question. I feel like this is the most value they've gotten all game. Not diving into the team. Other team has to worry about you. You're not feeding in, giving them free picks. You see what I'm saying? How you're sitting back, and I know it's Widow, right? I know it's Widow. So obviously your gameplay is going to change a little bit based off of the hero, but like you're getting more value now. You're not a free limb, and they have more to worry about. And that's why I'm saying like you need to adjust how you're playing, because before you were legitimately a free limb for them. You would go in, and if you got to the limb, great, but you weren't even like getting good trades. It was just like sometimes it's okay to just work with your team, start there. Like you want to eventually get to the point of like right there. Like why? Like what? Your team's on the cart. You don't have to drop down there and you dive into their like. This is the stuff I'm talking about. You see that? And there goes the Meg. Ah!
How vexing.
Like that's stuff you don't have to do, but that's what you're doing. Just just do what you're doing. Don't even like look who's on the cart. You're Ryan and your Brig, okay? Okay, good job going high ground for now.
No one.
I honestly, like, I'm kind of happy they went high ground. So, like, they got rolled. So, like, I'm not, like, too mad about that. But, like, they kind of over-peaked it a little bit when they had time. I don't know. That was interesting. All right, let's see how your defense goes. Oh, Torb now. We really went through almost the whole hero roster. This is wonderful. Not really. There's a lot of DPS heroes, but it feels like it, doesn't it? Don't stand here. Do not just stand here. I'm telling you right now, do not just stand here. You're going to get rolled. Oh, okay, well, you listen to that part. Don't play too close, okay? Distance is going to be the best for you right now. Like, just playing a little bit further back. You're not a tank. Spam them out a bit. Get aggressive off of, like, certain limbs. Or if they get too aggressive, that's good. Okay, slow the playstyle down a bit. There we go. Remember, you're not a tank. You're not a tank. You do not have to go to the right. You do not have to run at them. You do not have to do this. You have plenty of card space behind you. Be careful. They're eventually going to get you on a pick if you keep doing this. Honestly, this is kind of not on you to get rolled by their Mei. That was a team effort. So I'm not even worried about that one. Yeah, the Torb Terror was interesting, but... yeah, okay. I'm just going to summarize this one pretty quickly. Play with your team. Start by playing with your team. You do not need to make these plays that you're trying to go for just yet. Yes, as you climb out of silver and you get into higher ranks, playmaking ability becomes a much more important thing. Right now, you need to start with the basics. And the basics is work with your team. Don't go in and feed. As you start to play with your team more and you see like what's happening in front of you, you're going to start to like see these, okay, this is a spot where I could go make a play. Right now, you're going in, you're trying to make a play and you're getting rolled. It has nothing to do with the other DPS popping off. This has nothing to do with your hero selection. You just straight up, your positioning is not good, and you just go in by yourself. Focus on your teammates, focus working with your team, focus being around your team. Heck, you can be playing 1v5, but just be around your team, right? And you'll see improvement. That's how I see that. If you like this video, make sure to like button, sub to all 3 YouTubes if you haven't. Everyday uploads on those channels right now, so make sure to stop by. A lot of great videos on there. If you want to submit your own spectating, look in the description below. You'll see my Discord. That's where you would submit spectating. Record is live on stream. You can see my Twitch chat below the webcam right there. We have a lot of fun here, so stop by. With that being said, it'll be an amazing day/night.